What's going on, guys? I got some bad news for you. We are entering the dog days of summer. NBA's coming to an end, which means the only major sport to bet on a daily basis is going to be baseball. Now, it might not be everyone's favorite sport, but personally, it's been my most profitable since I started using OddsJam. So I'm not complaining whatsoever. In this video, I'm going to go through all of my strategies that I use to make money betting on baseball. As you can see, I've had a ton of success betting baseball. You can follow me on Pickett at jkalman, Kalman 41. And it's a verified tracker. Pretty much I just sync my books and it tracks my progress. But you can see that I've had a ton of success on books like Hard Rock, Superbook, and so many more. So the first thing I do is I go to the EV page. I do that for every sport, not just baseball. That is probably the most popular page on OddsJam. It's the place that I spend the most time on. And I just kind of scan through everything. I'll refresh it, make sure that everything's up to date, and I'll just look at what's profitable. Right now, top of the page, we've got Angels versus Rangers under 8.5 at plus 180 on Fliff. We have a 4.63% expected return, expected ROI, EV percentage, whatever you want to call it. It's all interchangeable. But this number right here is our expected return in the long run by taking bets with this type of mathematical edge. If we expand it, we can see that Fliff is undervaluing the under because they're pricing at a plus 180 when all of these other books, MGM 165, FanDuel 162, DraftKings all the way down to plus 150, we're getting a plus 180. That's the difference between losing money on a bet and making money on a bet. That 30-cent edge is massive. So you can see another thing on Angels Rangers under 9, and you might think, like, should I take both? Should I only take one? Am I even scared? Am I scared to even take either because we're seeing plus 180, plus 150? Personally, I take both. I think that in order, especially with baseball, and especially because there isn't that much going on, and we have travel days and we have stuff like that, I want to take advantage of every opportunity I can to find a good bet. And if you don't know what to bet, just follow the recommended filters, the recommended bet size. It scales everything properly using the Kelly criterion calculator to show, how much you should put on it. You're not overexposing yourself. At a 4.63% edge at plus 180, they're only suggesting putting $50. I set my bankroll to $2K, so they're only saying to put 2.5% of my bankroll. Where if this was minus 110, it would probably say to put, 8% of my bankroll, something, or 7% of my bankroll, something like that. So it scales it properly so you're not overexposing yourself and you're taking very good bets with the proper betting amount. But I just go through all of this. I just look at everything and I'm looking at which bets are going to be profitable. For me personally, I just like to turn player props off. I like main market more. I think it's more fun. I've had a lot more success with it, so it's like, that's kind of a strategy that's worked for me. Now, some of you guys might have had success with or are having success with player props, so I don't want to tell you one way or another, but personally, I can get enough volume out with main market, so I'd rather just stick with that. Main market, alternate market, stuff like that. With Hard Rock, like you saw earlier, I've been running very well in them. I had a close to 20% ROI in May, and that is strictly from main market. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and that's kind of the mentality I'm taking. So another place that I like to find a lot of bets and that I've had a lot of success finding bets is on the low hold page. Now, I kind of feel like the low hold page is it's like a little secret because a lot of people don't use it to find bets. I've made videos in the past about it, but I still feel like a lot of people don't really utilize it the way it should be used. Now, the whole purpose, the reason why the low hold page was made was to help people with their some of these first deposit bonuses or some of these deposit matches. They'll say like, here's a $200 deposit match, but you got to play through that match money, 2x, 5x, 1x, whatever it is. But with the low hold page, you can find bets where let's say the over and the under, they're the same number, they're just inverted. So one will be minus 135 in this instance, or plus 135. So if you put enough, let's say you had the $200 on Fliff and you wanted to hedge it now with WinBet. So you could put the $200 on Fliff, right? So we'll say 200 here, and you'd put 148 and 15, so you could round up to 150 or round down to 145, whatever you want to do. If you want to put 148, but you can put enough where you aren't going to win anything, but you're not going to lose anything, but you can help roll or get through that required rollover on those deposit matches. However, I like to use it to find EV bets, and it's very simple. I've mentioned this a lot in the past, but Pinnacle is really regarded as one of the sharpest, if not the sharpest, sports book in the world when it comes to main market. They also take the least amount of VIG, so it gives you a better idea of like what the true odds are before you even strip the VIG. So what I'll do here is I'll just type in Pinnacle or Penny, doesn't matter. And I'm just going to look for bets where there's practically a low hold between Pinnacle and another sports book. So take a look at this right here. Rockies versus Red Sox, under 9.5 is minus 125 on Hard Rock. Pinnacle, taking the least amount of juice, you can see they are loving the under because they have the over at minus or at plus 124. Now, unlike the EV page where it shows you everything you need to know, it shows you market width, it shows you the EV percentage, it shows you everything, the no VIG odds. It doesn't on the low hold page, but fear not, because it's a very easy thing to do. It's a very easy way to calculate your own EV. A play like this has very low market width. You can see that all these books are pretty much in agreement about where the odds should be. So I'm not really worried about that, but I still need to figure out what is the EV percentage on this. So what I'll do is I'll just put in Pinnacle's odds on the over and the under. So we got minus 139 and 124. I'll copy the side I'm going to take it on, and I'm going to find the odds I can get it at, which is minus 125, and I'll plug it in right here. Right there, we found a 1.83% edge, suggesting that we should put 2.28% of your bankroll on this. This is a high quality bet. This is main market. Main market has such a low market width. It's hard to find profitable bets. So getting a bet at close to 2% is an easy hammer for me, and I take it all day, every day. These are the types of bets that I've taken that have led to that type of ROI, have led to that type of success. And you can see on my picket, my average bet's around $50 or so, 40 to $50. It's not like I'm betting, $500 a game. So, I've been able to make a lot of progress with really not betting that much in terms of dollar amount. And I'll just go through all of these, and this applies to all sports, not just baseball. I do a lot of tennis bets through the low hold page. I've even found some Australian football, just a ton of stuff. And it's been, it's kind of cool to watch new, different sports, but there's a lot of opportunity to find high quality bets just using this strategy. So these are really the two main places that I look. I look on the EV page, like I told you about earlier, and I look on the low hold page that I just showed you guys. Anyways, that pretty much wraps everything up. It's pretty simple, but it's really effective. I'd be curious if any of you guys wanted to use the strategy that I use, and I'd be very curious to see and hear how you guys did. So I'm gonna leave my email down in the description. It's just Jordan, first name and then last name Cowman. I spelled it earlier, 41@gmail.com. But like I said, I'll put it down there. And if you have any questions about anything, whether it's more strategies, bankroll management, just want to stop by, say hi. I'm more than happy to hear from you guys, and I really do enjoy it. So as always, thank you guys. Thank you for listening if you got this far. And that's about it for me. So I'll see you guys.